Yes, it was.
All right.
You said do it.
Okay, here we go. So back up here. So again, the ones in the middle, transition metals, they are frustrating. So the regents will ask you about common ones like Fe, Cu, not so much gold, but Fe, Cu, Ni, Cr. What's another common one there? CO sometimes. Those are the most common asked questions here. Now, if you go to your periodic table, I'll go to the periodic table. All right. Look inside the box for Fe. Look in the top right corner, and Sam's going to tell us what are the charges that they list for Fe. Number 26.
+2 and +3.
+2, +3. Okay, you don't have to write this down. You can just pay attention here. Cu is what? +1, +2?
Yep. Yeah.
Nickel +2, +3?
Yeah.
Chromium +2, +3, +6?
Yeah.
Cobalt, I don't know, +2, +3?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So, now, why or how are these different than group 1 and group 2 elements?
They got multiple charges.
They have multiple charges. So, that's why they're difficult, and that's what the Roman numerals are all about. So, I'm going to explain this. Make sure you listen carefully. When you have a compound with iron in it, you need to label Roman numerals when you write the name. And if you see Roman numerals, that tells you what charge to use. So I'm going to explain that using these examples, and then we'll see if you can figure these out. Okay? So FeSO4. Here's how we figure out the name of this. We know it's iron. Put a parentheses, leave a blank. We know it's sulfate. So I hope you guys can get that far on your own. So go ahead and write that. Fe is iron, blank, the parentheses there, that's going to be Roman numerals. And then sulfate is SO4. Hopefully you can figure that out already. All right, so we know this is on table E because there's 3 elements. All right, I'm going to go nice and slow. Give me all your attention here. So iron is Fe, sulfate SO4. Now, is this a compound? Yes. When elements are written together this way, that's what we call compounds. So iron sulfate's a compound, but we got to get a Roman numeral in there. How do we figure it out? Table E tells me what charge for SO4. Come on, some of you at least put the effort in and look it up. So -2. Sulfate is -2. Again, eyes up here. All your attention. SO4 is -2. All compounds have to add up to 0 for charge. So, Kristen, if SO4 is -2, what must the charge be on Fe? You don't have to look. Why? Good, it has to equal 0. Now, again, eyes up here. She's right, Fe is +2. Here is the moment of truth that you need to really understand. If this is a +2, then your Roman numeral is 2. So your Roman numeral comes from the charge that the metal uses. Whatever charge the metal has, that's exactly the same number as the Roman numeral. It's not that complicated, but sometimes kids get confused. That's where the Roman numeral comes from. So down here, iron 3 chloride, Fe is not using the +2, it's using the +3. How do you know that? It says 3 right there. Exactly. So how would we write this formula? Again, eyes up here. Full concentration here. Iron is Fe. Now, chloride is what? Just Cl. We don't know if that's correct. We have to look up the charges. This one we don't have to look up. Why, Marlena? It's right there. So I know Fe is +3 because that tells me it's +3. Again, that 3 means that's a 3. The Roman numeral tells you the charge. So if Fe is +3, who can tell me what's the charge on Cl? Well, it's -1. -1. So we need 3 Cl. So what's the overall final answer here? FeCl3 would be the compound. And who was it? Someone asked a real good question this morning. I forget. Somebody said, do we, I think it was Colin, do we label charges in the final answer? And the answer is no. You can do this like on your own or scrap paper in the margins, but final answers, no charges. Okay, they're just assumed, they're like invisible. So don't label charges for your final answer. Okay, even though it is Fe plus 3Cl minus 1, we don't write it in our final answer. So the whole trick with these Roman numerals is it matches the charge that it uses. Why do we have to use Roman numerals? Because if I said, what is the formula for iron chloride, it changes depending on which charge it uses. Because Fe plus 2, that would be FeCl2. That's iron 2 chloride because it's iron plus 2. So it's two different names, two different formulas. So that's why we need the Roman numerals, because the ones in the middle are frustrating. So go ahead, take a minute or so. Give me the name of this one, the formula for that. Go ahead, practice. Give me the name of CuSO4, give me the name of that, and give me the formula for that.
Every time I do that, how every two.
Yeah,
Every time.
sensors in the back of the room. I'm turning it back now. Takes more bucks.
It was probably you.
I was telling you because I thought you wanted to clean it up.
No, it was. I'm not sitting on the floor. So.
What's cold?
Just give me a hard time.
Oh.
Probably was.
Hey,
Probably
you.
just playing it off.
It was not me.
CL3. Yeah, knowledge.
Did you get it right? Half. Half.
Wait, I'm.
Half?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure.
Are you sure?
You got it. You got him. Good job.
Wait, whoa. You got them both right.
Half.
But
What half?
I got half. I got three halves.
That's for you to find out.
I think I'm correct.
Half.
Because you didn't break the Roman. Roman numeral.
You're hiding. Don't hide that.
Alright, I guess I have to say
Okay, half of that. You're there. You're getting there. Okay. All right, Marlene, did you figure it out?
No.
Come on now.
So, I gave you these two because you have to use Roman numerals. Some of you didn't use Roman numerals here.
Yeah.
So, let me make this as clear as I can. You guys are doing a pretty good job, all right? It's not that easy. It's a little confusing, so I get it. If the metal has more than one charge, you have to use a Roman numeral. You can remember that, then that makes your life easier. So, copper needs either a Roman numeral 1 for plus 1 or a Roman numeral 2 for plus 2. So I need to know which one is it using here, the plus 1 or the plus 2. I'll give you a hint. If I gave you this equation, that's the other one. So this is one of those copper charges, and this is the other one. I'll show you that after. So how do we figure this out? First, look up sulfate. What's the charge on sulfate? Minus 2, so that must be plus 2. I think everybody understands that. Sounds like it. That's good. But now you have to translate that to the name. So if you wrote just copper sulfate, I can't take that. It's copper 2 sulfate. Copper, Roman numeral 2, sulfate. And again, the reason you need that 2 is because copper's plus 2, not plus 1. That's this one up here. Copper plus 1 would be Cu2SO4. Because I need 2 plus 1s to balance out the negative 2. This would be called copper 1 sulfate. So these Roman numerals are kind of a big deal. They They change the compound. So that would be copper 2 sulfate. And then this one down here, I think everyone who got to it, almost everybody got it. It's Au plus 3. What's this? Cl minus 1. So the final answer I'm just going to put up here would be AuCl3 because I need 3 Cl's to balance out the 1 Au plus 3. Questions? So we're almost done. I'm going to use a couple more minutes here. But I said you didn't have homework. I guess I lied, not on purpose. Forgot. Right here. So write these down. You can put them in your notes or some scrap paper. I don't care. I just be able to show me tomorrow. If I give you the formula, you give me the name. If I give you the name, you give me the formula. So Cu2O, PbSO4, 2. That one's hard. FeO, PbS. Cobalt 3 phosphate, titanium 4 fluoride, and copper 2 sulfide. So those 6. Do those for tomorrow. It's good practice. What were you saying?
PBS kids.
Someone said in period 2. I guess I missed that.
Because you know we had a childhood.
Right.
You didn't.
Well, I did.
You didn't. No, you didn't.
And
have
there was
TV.
PBS, but I don't remember.
You didn't have TV. You didn't have a childhood. You sat and you stared at walls. Made bricks.
It's a really weird thing to say. You don't need TV to be a kid.
Yes, you do.
And I did. I watched too much TV.
That's so funny. You didn't
Black
hear
and
what
white?
Trevor
I
said.
played video games. Lots of video
The
games.
Atari.
He's like, he's surprised
I had Atari, I had Nintendo, Super
I have 2
Nintendo.
Ataris right now.
Can I borrow these?
And a Sega Genesis.
Yes. Get those down. Do tomorrow. I guess we're done, obviously. What did Trevor say?